this lovely old 1940s Bellows when I went to a rummage sale over in Paris, and I thought it was so much fun that I decided to bring it home with me. But I not only like to have old things, I like to be able to use them. So to be able to use this, it's going to need a little bit of doctoring. Otherwise, that leather is never going to last, especially since we have a fireplace, and so the kids really like starting fires there. I might be able to make it work, but the kids, I'm not so sure. So the first thing that I need to do to revamp this is I have one nail here that's actually not connected. It's turned up underneath instead of going into the wood. So that's my first thing that I need to do, is try to straighten out that nail, because I really want to reuse the antique nail, and then see if I can get it down into that wood. So when you're doing stuff like this, it's really kind of detailed work, and it can be hard to do this without breaking it. Sadly, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to remove that nail or unbend it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a new tiny nail, but I'll try to put it in underneath the head of the other one so that you won't see it. And you'll see that you can't even see where I put that nail in, because I put it in underneath here. It did scratch this nail in a little bit, but beyond that, it's doing pretty good. Next, I'll use a damp cloth to just make sure that all of that dust is removed. I don't want it to be too wet, or I wouldn't be able to oil it afterwards. I'll then dry off any damp areas. Any portion of it that's metal, whether it be the nails or the tip here, I'll go over that with boiled linseed oil. And the reason for that is that it stops it from oxidizing so that it doesn't rust. The nails are kind of fun because they're not just your basic flat-headed nail. They actually have a little bit of a design to them. The next step is to treat all of the leather with neat's foot oil. I really like this because it makes the leather more pliable. If you look in this section right here, it's really dry and cracking. It actually almost feels like paper. I really want it pliable so that this has the movement that it needs to have. So I'll put it on there kind of thick, because I'll actually go back later and I'll remove any excess oils, especially on this part right here, because that's where it bends up. So it needs to have that movement. This interior bellows section really needs a lot of this oil as well, for the same reason that that did. It needs to maintain that flexibility. I'll also use that on the little leather strap that's for hanging it, just so that it stays good as well. May as well do the whole thing. It actually looks in fairly decent shape, just a little bit dry. For this last step, I use my wood cream. I've got a video for how to make that if you want to see it. But I mean, you could really do any kind of wood conditioner, wood cream, you know, moisturizer. I use this for all of my implements in the kitchen, my wooden spoons, wooden bowls, cutting boards. That's what I use it for by and large the most. And then I just cover all the wood surfaces with it. And I want to cover it with more than I actually need, because I want it to be able to just suck that right up. What I like about this wood cream is that it doesn't go rancid, so I don't have to worry about that. This is kind of a fun little bellows because it has a little flower design right in the center here on the top. So now I'll set this aside where it can absorb as much of that oil as possible for probably about 2 hours. It's been a couple of hours, so at this point I'll wipe off any excess oil. And I'll start with the wood. This is a messy process, just so you know. So when I apply the oil on, I try to apply it with just one portion of the towel so that I have the rest of the towel available for taking all of the excess off. And it looks so much nicer. This actually, the wood for this one was not in bad shape to start off with, but that just helps so much to give it a little bit more moisture so that it will last longer. If you have an excessively dry bit of wood, then you could leave it overnight and it would do a better job of absorbing it. So then I'll go through and take off all the excess that's on the leather, which isn't as bad as the wood, so that's good. And this area still looks somewhat flaky, but so much better than it was. And then I'll just go through this interior section, pulling off any excess. But I mean, really, it looks like so much better. And then I'll take the extra that's on the tip here on the metal and get that off as well. And now it looks nice and lubed and shiny and so much healthier so that we can actually use it without having to worry about it breaking.